So our next lesson for this unit is writing expressions. In class we looked at lots of vocabulary. And so here we have written expressions, and we're going to be asked to write it as an algebraic expression. So here we have 11 more than E. And one of the first things we learned is that if we see a more than or less than, that number has to get kicked to the back. So 11 more than E, we're going to actually start out with E, and we're adding on 11 more. Again, looking over at the next expression, 9 less than the quotient of n and 5. I have 9 less than. I'm going to save this and know that it has to get kicked to the back. So right now we're just going to focus on the quotient of n and 5. We need to remember that quotient means to divide. So for dividing the quotient, we have n divided by 5. And we can't forget that 9 less than, so we're going to end up subtracting that at the end. On to our next expression, we have 8 times the product of 5 and t. So we know that 8 times means to multiply. Product is another vocabulary word we looked at that also means to multiply. So we're just going to go straight through reading this expression. We have 8 times the product of 5 and t. And here we have 5t, and we talked about how we used to write it 5 times t, or 5 times t. But this is going to be the better way in algebra. So we have 8 times the product of 5 and t. Moving on to our last one, we have this expression 4 times the sum of x and 30. Times means to multiply. Sum means we're adding. So 4 times the sum of x and 30. Here's our 4 times. We have a sum of x and 30. And having the times and the x next to each other looks kind of messy, so I'm going to put some parentheses around this. Plus this lets me know I need to find the sum of x and 30 first, and then I can multiply 4 times.